So those are the two things that I was what you doing. I actually had something because we were talking about what we were going to do for the podcast this week, and I texted you guys, and you said something about gravity waves have been...
Gravitational waves.
You do not read the news.
I don't. The only thing I know is that the Broncos won the Super Bowl, and...
That was a whole week ago, David?
Yeah, I know. I don't keep up on the news. But so tell me what these gravitational waves in space are. I know you're both the foremost authorities.
Yeah,
on it.
so I do have an article up to assist us in this.
Okay.
Because I did read about it. I thought it was really cool, but most of it I did not understand.
Okay.
So, well, Einstein theorized this like 100, which is one of the coolest things, I think, is that he theorized these exist. I mean, just like he theorized a bunch of things that we found out, but this is like the last piece that he theorized that we were not able to physically see.
To actually
prove it. It's never been like
we just don't have the technology.
No, it is 100%. We didn't have the technology.
That's awesome. No, but that's what I'm saying.
So like then they came up with a way to detect it.
Okay, so wait, real quick, slow down. What is this theory?
Okay, time space
of gravitational waves.
No, I don't.
They detected them.
Okay, time space.
Oh.
Like the time space fabric. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I understand that time is a flat circle.
No. Okay, so the idea is that like gravity is like it's obviously a force.
Yes.
But like mass affects it.
Yes.
So like a larger mass has more gravity.
Yeah,
like space isn't just emptiness, it's like an actual fabric. So they picture like a giant ball sitting on a piece of fabric and it bends the fabric.
Yes.
And things like go to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it. Okay. All right, got it.
So the waves of gravity going through that space, they assume this force exists.
Oh, okay.
And they should be able to sense it through that medium
and detect it and measure it and all that stuff.
But they can't because gravity is actually a super tiny force compared to the other three main forces.
Yeah, the only way they're able to identify it are seeing two black holes, which are massively dense, combined into one.
Okay.
When they combined into one, it created some effect that produced these gravitational waves throughout the universe, and we were able to detect them.
Right, because like
using LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory.
Okay, so why I mean, I get all of this, right? I understand it's a theory and we now have proven it, but what important things does that, other than like, wow, that's really cool that we figured it out.
Einstein's right. Makes
well, not
him
just
the smartest guy that ever existed.
I don't think there was much of a debate about that.
The biggest reason why this is a big deal is everything we've ever measured in space is all through light. So like X-rays, all these different rays, all that kind of stuff, it's all light.
Okay.
This is now another way to measure stuff in space, and it's huge. They're saying it's the biggest, I guess, the biggest thing they found out about space since Galileo.
I thought you were going to say the sun. The biggest thing we found in space since the sun. No, so okay.
They say that like these gravity waves, like they're going through us. You know, they're just these waves in space.
Yes.
We're in space, and they affect like the amount of effect that they create is like a fraction of the size of a proton. So,
wow,
like that's why we couldn't sense it. So they took these lasers
across the country almost, right?
They had one in Louisiana, they have one in Washington, and one in Italy. And like basically they take these lasers, they bounce them at each other over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then they make it so they cancel each other out completely. They're like opposites.
Okay.
But then because they're so precise that when these waves hit them,
pass through the earth, right?
It makes the slightest change and they no longer cancel each other out. And so then they can see that that's the effect of these gravity waves.
That's cool.
So, and they have like, they're like super intense about it. They like do like false alarms. They like change it on purpose just to see if what the scientists will do. You know what I mean? They have to go prove that it was a gravitational wave.
That's super cool.
So
we can measure something. We can measure something in a different manner, right?
Can I quote this article?
Yes, go ahead.
This kind of
quote.
This is from NASA, by the way.
NASA.
www. Nearly everything we know about the universe comes from detecting and analyzing light in all of its forms across the electromagnetic spectrum, including radio, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays.
Okay.
Hulk. The study of gravitational waves opens up a whole new window in the universe, one that scientists expect will provide key information that will complement what we could learn through electromagnetic radiation.
Cool. So one of the things you told me is this got kind of embargo jacked up, right? They
were doing like a big press conference, like, oh, we got stuff.
NASA's going to reveal this important information.
Some guy tweeted a picture of a cake that said, "Good job, guys," and that broke the embargo. So people knew what it was.
So it's like, good job on the discovery.
Oh, really?
It's kind of funny because you hear about embargoes about video games and stuff all
Right,
the time,
right.
but not about like a space exploration thing.
Yeah, this was apparently that they had the LIGO thing online like back in like in September or something like that, and they thought this was going to happen, and they're like, but they're not going to tell anybody for like months
Until it's
to make sure
confirmed,
it's
right?
super confirmed.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes
that
sense.
it's
Yeah,
accurate.
you don't
So
come out and
we just this week it broke that actually we're able to detect it. The kind of do you guys like have feelings about black holes? Like, do you guys?
Are you for him or
Oh, I
against
felt
him?
that. Like,
Do you know what you like? What do you guys think a black hole is?
What all I know is it's like what sucks.
Matthew McConaughey's trapped in there. Murph!
All I know.
Let me leave, Murph!
Obviously, I'm not a space guy. I like space. I think it's cool. I'm for it, but I really don't. This is not my forte. I'm not a big sci-fi space, like actual space. Like if you've got like X-Wings in it, yeah, I'm all for it. But I understand a black hole to be something that is like the absence of space.
Well, it's just so dense that even not even light can escape it.
Yeah. So the
But
way
see, all you just said that, and that just I understand density to it. Like I sucked in lab, okay, in science class. I never paid attention. I find science fascinating, but it's just right over my head.
See, the way I think of it is like, okay, so planets were created by like asteroids and things like all gathering together.
Yes.
And then like a big one has more gravity, so it sucks in the smaller ones
Yeah.
and it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So like the way I think of black holes is just it's a giant planet. It sucked together planets until to the point where its gravity is so large that when a light gets within range, the light gets sucked.
Oh, like you're talking about how do you think black holes are formed? I thought they were from collapsing stars.
Yes, it is. I mean, it explodes.
But you're saying how do you rationalize
it?
It
basically
in your head?
explodes and then everything gets sucked
Yeah, yeah.
back
It's an
together.
implosion, yeah.
But yeah, but it's a
Like Starkiller
it's a
base.
singularity, which is like all the matter is sucked into one particular space.
Okay.
But then it grows, and then it has to have a certain amount of mass to have this gravity that's strong enough to suck in the light. So it's like it's denser than any planet would ever be. But essentially, I don't think like you just get sucked into Murph. Like I think you just like
To the Tesseract, yeah.
I don't think it's like a tunnel to another universe because there's a lot of different theories. Like
Nobody
people are like,
knows,
oh, we're gonna
man.
get sucked into.
Well, right, the idea-
can't go back.
Or-
But I think like, if you got sucked into a black hole, you basically just get smashed into
But
this
all-
giant dense planet. And
All I ever know is I think it was an Event Horizon. They're like, this is time, right? And then a black hole is if you fold the piece of paper in half and then you poke a hole through it.
That's
right?
a wormhole.
That's a
Wormhole, right?
Not a black hole.
Well, whatever. I mean, I just said this is. I
That's
need
what-
the
same
what I was
thing in
saying is
Interstellar.
not a black hole.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying this is the analysis I need from NASA. Like,
What a black hole is.
now I have a
I'm with you
question:
guys.
is obviously when they make huge discoveries like this, are they still thinking about sending people places? Is that like not on the table anymore?
Mars is.
They're still
Yeah.
sending
That's
people
still
to Mars.
timeline, yeah.
Matt Damon's
I
still
think
gone.
there's a
Yeah.
group of people that are all like signed up to go. Like,
What about like the private stuff like SpaceX?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Elon Musk.
The guy who what did he make? He has the Tesla, right?
Well, he has a company called Tesla. Yes.
he bought one.
Well, no,
whole
he's
company.
a rich dude, right? But he wants
Yeah,
he has
he's
a
the CEO of
SpaceX,
Tesla's CEO of SpaceX.
and the idea is if you have enough money, you can go to space, right? You could just go to the moon.
I don't think that's his idea, but yeah.
No. But I mean, is that an idea? Like to have like Star Tours? That's what I want. I'm waiting.
No, yeah, there's plans for a commercial space flight. I mean, Virgin Galactic's one. Jeff Bezos' company.
That's Amazon, right?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. I don't know.
But you can, if you have enough money, you can be like, I'm going to space.
Yeah.
And do you have to do like the astronaut training? Again, all
You're a
of,
passenger. You're not touching anything. You're like, just sit here. We'll take you to space. You be rich. Sit in your seat. Drink your champagne or whatever, Cristal.
Just make sure
and we'll
that
fly
check-
you to space. You can float around and we'll fly you back down.
Make sure your check cashes. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, yeah.
but I like, what I just don't understand. Okay, we can measure things in a different way, but why is that important?
I mean,
Because
If
it's
they-
measuring ways. It's measuring things
So-
in ways we had no idea. We could discover things that we have no idea even exists.
meaning like alternate universes and stuff like that, where I am rich.
There's no way to comprehend. You don't know.
Also, the idea
I
of
know.
like space time being a fabric and that being accurate, and so these changes would change like the density of space time.
Okay.
So, like theoretically, you could have things like lights traveling through it. It's might not always be a consistent speed if it's denser in one place and less dense in another. So, like stars might not be as far as we thought.
Okay, so it's like a rear view. It's like a
And
side
everything-
mirror.
and
Things
everything
might be
gives
closer
away-
than they appear.
So, like, but it brings a lot of things, possibilities,
and everything gives off these
theorizes.
waves in space. The only way we can measure is when this
Shooting a light.
gigantic
Okay.
thing
Yes.
happened. So now when we figure that out, maybe we could see other things at a smaller scale that give off these
Oh,
waves.
that's cool.
Maybe there's something that's like, whoa, there's something over there that's giving off waves. What's over there? We don't even know. Boom, aliens.
Boom. Yeah, in fact,
What?
actually,
Is that what they look like? They got
No,
like,
the guy. You know the guy.
the real thing is that aliens
okay.
will come to us now because we've gotten to that level. That's what
Oh,
they
is
were
that what
waiting.
protected
They
us?
were waiting for us, and like, oh, now they're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready to experience aliens.
Well, they're coming, right? Your Independence Day
Resurgence.
are coming. No, but did we stop beaming out? We talked about this. Are we still beaming out
I
like
think we still do that.
the sound that says "Come find us"? We're here.
Contact, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I have a
we
funny
do.
story
That's
about
such a good movie.
No, it's not.
It's such a good movie.
no,
I
it's
love
not.
that
I
movie.
liked it.
We used to play. Okay, so I used to work at a surround sound system, surround sound theater store where we sold home
called
theaters.
Bose,
It's
right?
Bose, yeah. And we used to play Contact back in the day because there's that wormhole scene where she's like, "Okay, I'm going down here." But we used to play it in this like kind of enclosed area. And if you're just hearing the audio with no idea of what's on, it sounds like a porno. It's just like, oh my god, where am I going? Oh, this is incredible. Oh my god, it's just like so people would like we would turn it up. Someone would turn it up, and I'd be showing something over here. They're like, "What are you demonstrating in there?" Like, so, anyways, that's my whole story about Contact.
good
And then
movie.
the end that makes you vomit. Oh, it's just your dad. But yeah,
That's the worst. That was the worst.
that's
part
not.
of
That's the problem with that movie.
That wasn't her dad. That was an alien
No, I
perceiving
know,
himself
but like,
as her
come
dad.
on, bro.
But
It's like what's that South Park
Cop
episode
out.
when it's like I'm gonna disguise myself as a taco that
Yes.
poops condiments, so it's something more familiar for you guys. So it's not a scary looking alien.
But yeah, the problem with that movie again was the ending. And then I don't ever like endings of movies where like the one character who discovers it all, like nothing. Oh, you just fell through, or like you just woke up, nothing happened. I hate that. I hate that dramatic plot thing in movies where it's just like only you know and no one believes you and you're crazy.
Oh, but then they have to have something in their hand that
It's
they
like-
got while they were there. Like nobody believes me, but I got this necklace that I got from the alien. You know, it's something like that.
It's like the spinning top in what's that movie?
Inception.
Inception. Well, did it stop? But yeah. Anyways, what else did you guys want to talk about? Because we had some other stuff. No.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much have been only reading about gravitational waves. It was super. It was pretty exciting.
I'm sure
I
Neil-
wish I could understand it more. I'm just like, oh, this is cool. This is one of the biggest discoveries since like almost ever in space. So it's cool.
See, I think I understand it
guys.
on like a simplistic level. I'm sure that I'm missing a whole bunch. There's probably a bunch of
I'm sure
nerds
there's
out there
tons of
that are just like you're
yelling at us
totally
right
wrong
now.
about the way you think about it. But for me, it all makes sense.
I think it's exciting. I mean, anytime something like this, it brings all of that stuff back to the forefront. I mean, I miss like we were playing a board game the other day that takes part in the Cold War, and one of the big things in it is the space race track, and
Yeah,
you're trying
don't
to.
have that anymore.
Yeah, it's just there's no. I don't know. We have
I
all
think
these
there
science
definitely is
fiction
now.
movies.
Like now that Mars is kind of big now and all that kind of stuff. I think the budget is actually getting increased for NASA next year. So that or this year. I think that's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I
So
think-
it's getting back there.
That's because we're like paying Russia to like go, and like everybody's like, Russia, we need to take care of these guys. Like they got too much power, blah blah blah. And then we're like, but can you fly us up to our space station? Because
now they're like-
kind of disabled our stuff.
Now
So-
they're trying to making deals with the private companies to do that too.
Yeah, but the last two like SpaceX things blew up,
Yeah, that's true.
so it's not a good sign.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, right. His stuff is not working, right?
It's not that it's not working. They're trying to do unmanned, so no people are harmed.
Yeah.
Rockets into space, drop off stuff to the ISS, and then come back down, but land autonomously. So there's no intervention, whatever. Their thing was like they're trying to land it on a sea barge. That's again a robot that goes out there, collects the rocket, bring it back. So they can
so
keep
cool.
so they can keep reusing the rocket because
Yeah.
obviously they're expensive to build.
That rocket, they were just letting each time they shot off, that big red thing would just fall.
Yeah.
No,
So,
and that's like a
the one
huge
time-
chunk of money, right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
trying to get it so it goes up or it falls and something catches it. Is that the idea?
Not to catch it, but
It's a
it
big
lands
net.
by itself.
No, it's like instead of being
Come on, just David over
David,
here. It's
why-
got a big neck, guys.
David,
Problem
problem
What's the deal?
parachute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, this thing does have a parachute, but it's just a much better version of that rocket.
I mean, they already launched it and came back, but not on the barge that they wanted to.
yeah. I
So
saw,
the last time they put it on the barge,
one
but
of
one of
them-
the legs failed. So
one of
I
them
got
blew
there,
up.
the legs thing, and then it fell over. It's like, oh, the engineers must be like, oh, so close.
that's
Yeah, that's
got to
gotta-
be a really expensive oopsie too.
Yeah.
I'm sure that ruined a lot of stuff. But the first one, I remember, but it blew. I remember it.
I
The,
didn't
the
carry
first
this
one
zero.
was carrying like children's experiments and
Oh.
stuff from the whole
Oh yeah,
around
they
the
had all the
world and stuff.
supplies. Yeah.
You
a lot
had
of
me when you
supplies
said
and-
children. I was like, wait, I thought you said unmanned. We're like, normally you said like
No,
a
we didn't put
monkey.
any men in it. We put children. It was
But like
fine.
cute little projects are like, we'll send your potato to space to see how it grows, like that kind of stuff. Exploded. So
It
yeah, so that
also-
didn't work.
It
out.
also had though the two sets of supplies that didn't make it to the space station. The space station was like all nervous, like
that's-
We need
guys,
food.
right?
Need cheap pay.
Wait, I'm going to send back the urine sacs. What do they do with that stuff?
I think, well, this is what I've heard. There's a lot of junk in like our gravitational orbit around the, right where you again, movies are the only thing that tell me when you get to that point where you float, just right before you float and you get sucked back down. There's a ton of junk up
Orbit.
there. Yeah, orbit. There's a bunch of junk in space, and like it's a big problem now because like satellites are running into it, or
I wonder that because like they always have interviews from like what's the guy up there right now, the commander of the ISS? He's the guy that's been in space longer than anybody else. Terry something, I think.
I'm not a name guy.
Anyways, so he does a lot of interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's always like he has the window and Earth behind him. It's always so pretty. They do videos and stuff. But it's like, is it like Instagram where you move the crap out of the way before you take the picture of the video?
Of course.
So like behind the window behind him is just garbage and like pee bags and stuff all behind him. And
Right.
it's like, don't look that way, guys. That's where all the garbage is.
I love watching the videos where they're like drinking a ball of water. They're
They take a straw or whatever, and the thing's like floating. That's so cool.
It would be cool.
I used to go to when I was a kid because I grew up in Houston, which is where NASA's based.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Yes, that was from a movie, Jordan.
Again, all of my knowledge about it. But I went to space camp. Did you guys ever go to space camp as kids?
No, I always wanted to.
So the one thing every kid wanted to do at space camp was get into that machine that spun you around. Mm-hmm. That thing is not fun. It just makes you totally nauseating. So I used to do that. So the two things you do that, and then you eat the freeze dried space food. It's gross.
No, it's not.
Yes.
I've had astronaut ice cream.
Yeah, the ice cream's
melts in your
okay.
mouth.
Right.
But everything else tastes like garbage.
The beef.
It's not good.
Curry.
But I went to space camp. It's fun to do that stuff. It's cool that this stuff is, we're getting new discoveries, because for a long time it just felt like, we're just going to the moon. It's like, is there anything else there?
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out some stuff, because like at a certain point to send someone out, like we'll all be dead before they get there. So it's like, how exciting is that going to be?
You got to send them out now, so by the time I'm 80, someone gets to Mars.
But how long does it take to get to Mars? Like it probably takes
that one's
years?
It's a couple of years, but
that sucks.
But I mean, and then after that, there's nothing like interesting to get to. Like, what are you going to go
after
to?
Mars?
I mean, there's really not. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of gaseous planets. I mean,
and you can't even land on them, can you? I thought that's the whole point. They're all made of gas. It's a gas.
It's a dense,
solid, liquid. The only thing I remember from Bill Nye to this day. I love it.
I think it's a dense.
I love that this is our space episode. This is
it.
so much fun. We got to do more space episodes. I know nothing about actual.
Well, we need to take some classes first.
I watched a lot of Science Channel, so whatever they say, that's whatever Morgan Freeman tells me is a fact.
I like watching the what is it? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He recently redid Cosmos.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really, really good. But it wasn't all about space. It was about just like other scientific discoveries.
I was super disappointed by that one though, because I was like, all right, a bunch of new information, and it was just like a rehash.
Yeah, like they're talking about the Roman civilization and stuff like that.
It's like stuff you're supposed to, have your kids watch.
I guess. I was like, I knew this one. I was like, next episode.
You know what makes me mad though? Because when I watch that stuff, the production value is so high. Like it's so cool how they explain stuff in a visual way.
Right.
Whereas when I remember, Bill Nye was cool, and so was Beekman's World. I don't know if you guys watched.
Oh my God, the big rat guy, right?
Yeah, Beekman's World. What was his name? Lester. He was the giant rat.
Yeah.
I loved those shows as a kid, but the production value was like bad. And I'm like, kids these days are so freaking spoiled, man. Like he's like, this is an atom, and then he goes like this, and it like breaks.
Right.
And it's just like, that is like, I'm fascinated.
You know what we do when we point and you're supposed to put stuff there?
Yeah, they have
like
people,
they actually do that well.
I know. Well, they have a budget. I don't have a budget here. But yeah, I'm excited for this stuff. I think hopefully we'll move into the.
I think they need to get like a lot better at traveling fast through space, like at speed of light or something, before we could ever get to anything else.
How far have we seen? Because I always get freaked out when they're like, oh, we've seen like galaxies upon galaxies away, and I'm like, we can't. It takes 2 years to get to Mars. What difference does it make out what we can see? We can't get there
because you can see the stuff at least and learn from seeing.
Yeah, I know, but if you can't go there, it's like, oh, I can see the movie theater, but I can't watch the movies in the theater. Who cares? Yeah. I don't know. It's
oh my God, so many people right now are like, David.
I think we have a satellite that actually went to outer space. I think
right.
Was it Voyager? It's been out there for a long time.
Yeah, and it took pictures of
that was
Pluto.
New Horizon.
Oh,
no, because I think. Isn't Pluto still in like the inner space?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's part of our solar system.
It's
just
part
not
of our
a
solar system. So it was like it was going out.
Like that Pluto stuff. Were you amazed by all that stuff New Horizon brought back?
I think it's cool.
Oh, that was
it's
amazing.
Pictures. No, it's amazing.
I'm not hard on it. Look how adorable Pluto is.
It does get a little disappointing though when they're like, "We got rocks." It's like,
it's Pluto. Oh, cool. What's on it? bunch of ice. And
It's like
it's about what we thought it was on it, but it looks cool, right? It's got a heart.
That's what I'm saying. If you're passionate about it, then it is cool. But at the same time, I'm like, cool.
I mean, everyone's just hoping that like
Show me some aliens.
an alien jumps in front of a camera, right? Like that's
And
all
David's
we
like,
care.
no.
Right, that's all we care about.
I don't want that actually, because then I know what happens. They come and they kill us.
No.
If the robots don't get us first, it'll
Like
be the
Mass
aliens.
Effect, they just give us super awesome
No,
technology.
they won't. Do you think they'll be that nice?
I mean, it could be.
Doubt it.
It depends how civilized they are, I suppose.
And what they're
I have
after.
a theory that, though, because of, like, civilizations dying in and out, you know, I mean, look, what our civilization's been around for, like, 5,000 years or something like that. So, like, that's
think
like
longer than that.
No, I think, like, I don't think so.
Wait, what do you mean
Like
civilization?
civilization, like we're writing stuff down and farming and like a civilization.
okay.
Forms
Like-
of
like
government,
actual-
collection of
not just
people,
like
yeah.
forms of life, but like a civilization that you'd have to form to like build space travel. Like you got to progress, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, and we'll probably blow ourselves up in like the
Yeah,
next
we're gonna do
1,000,
that, for
right?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So like, well, that's like a 6,000 year span. Like, and in the billions of years that the galaxy exists, like that's like a.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a
nothing,
flash
right?
of light, if that. Yeah.
Then you have all the space actually to travel. So
Yeah.
we have all these civilizations that would actually get space travel, all bleeping in and out of existence throughout all this vast space. Like the chance of two being close enough that their space, that they would exist at the same time and be close enough to get space travel to travel the distance needed, like unlikely.
Or even see each other.
Super unlikely. Like it's just.
Well, that's the thing. If it's, I guess the discovery, if we find other aliens, unidentified, whatever beings, that's cool. But if we're it, that's also cool. Like
Well,
that's pretty incredible too, right?
Can I quote Contact?
Go for it.
Let's make this a circle back around.
Let's end this with
To
this.
quote Matthew McConaughey in Contact, if there's no life out there, that is an awful lot of waste of space.
You gotta say it
that.
like him. There's a lot.
Awful lot of waste of space.
There you go.
That sounded like like a bad
I'm not
Forrest
good at
Gump
invention.
thing.
All right, so let's wrap it up, folks. Okay,
All right, space.
the final
cool.
frontier. No. What do you? Anything else? Or are we gonna wrap up the show? Jordan, you've missed the most time. You got anything else you need to get off your chest?
Oh man, there were so many things that you guys screwed up, and I just,
Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
I'm just glad to be back to set them straight. No, I
want to let people know we're going to start doing some kind of smaller videos too, like our unboxing video for Comic Bento. Check that out. I'll put, again, there's going to be a link in the show notes for you to go to Comic Bento and pick up your copy. And if you use the link in the show notes, you help out our show too, because they'll know that we sent you there.
Yeah, guys, help us out.
Yeah, and but we're going to start doing some smaller videos, reviews of movies, maybe board games, if I can, God willing.
Even if it's just David.
And also other unboxings, because you get the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty,
Smuggler's Bounty I get every other month.
and then Loot Crate too, right? I think.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cancel it.
Ooh.
we won't be reaching out to Luke.
I like 30% of the stuff that comes in the box, and then the other stuff just sits there in
That was
another
my
box
question
somewhere.
about Loot Crate. What do people do with their loot?
So like the Loot Crate stuff, it's like, okay, you get a shirt, which I'm like, okay, $20 a month, at least I get a shirt that fits me. That's cool. It's a nerd shirt, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing shirts for a while, and I'm like, this sucks. I'm just going to cancel. If I'm not at least getting the shirt.
Right.
And then they started bringing it back now, because I'm assuming a lot of people canceled. But like, there's themes just like anything else, but most of the time the theming, there's like 2 or 3 items I'm like, oh, this is totally up my alley. And then there's the other stuff that I'm just like,
It seems like a
any
bunch of
this.
trinkets, though, right? Like
Yeah, you put on a shelf.
Yeah, stuff you sell on a
Yeah,
shelf.
so like, is your
Touch
house just full of? Is everybody
if you
who has
look at
Loot
my room,
Crate
yeah,
just
some
like
of it,
full
yeah.
of trinkets? And I wouldn't work with my wife. I'm allowed one trinket, and I had to battle for it.
Yeah, a lot of it's that kind of stuff. But I mean, the Star Wars one is the same thing. But at least it's all Star Wars stuff. That I'd
Right.
rather look at Star Wars stuff than like, oh, I got a Terminator head. Cool.
Well, it's what's cool about the Comic Bento thing. It doesn't take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And you read it, and you can get it and reread it. It's something you do.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to start doing smaller videos, so look out for that. And also, you can follow us on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook at Sit Down Standard. You can also send us an email. What email is it, Gerald?
Sitdowncenter@gmail.com.
Send us questions. Send us...
Jordan, what was that email again?
Sit down standard at Gmail, Hotmail,
.com, .net.
//
Always gets it wrong.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
Gmail.
send us questions. Send us stuff you want us to review. If there's a board game or a video game or a movie that you want us to check out, we'll make sure Jordan finds a way to get those things
my
done.
attendance will be spotty, so don't let that dissuade you. They do a good job carrying on without me.
Yeah, we'll see if the subscribers go up since your prodigal
Go back
son
down.
returns.
Spike.
Yeah, you need to be asking the audience to go tell people to check us out.
Right. You gotta. We're gonna vote me out.
You're off the island,
I'm off
but
the island. You decide.
hashtag.
Dun dun dun. We need like lights that come in.
All right, till next time. Bye.
See ya.
Later.